laughing the whole time.
Okay. Hey y'all, welcome back to Sew and Serve. I'm your host, Sophie Arrington, and today we have the one and the only AnneClaire with us. Hey, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Anna, introduce yourself to the audience.
Okay, so hey y'all, like Sophie said, my name is AnneClaire Garman. I actually met at WLC Week 5, the Washington Nationals on top, I will say. So I am from Barren County, Kentucky, which is in southern Kentucky. I'm serving as our chapter vice president this year, as well as the Barren River Region vice president.
Yes, I'm so excited to talk about your officer positions. But before we start, I have a couple rapid fire questions.
Okay, I'm ready. Maybe I have an answer.
What is your favorite FFA contest to compete in?
Ag sales.
Ag sales?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm a
Okay.
big ag sales fan.
Yes. And what is a fun fact about yourself?
Hate these icebreaker questions. Fun fact. I feel like there's nothing like very interesting, but I always do. I've never broken a bone. Knock on wood. So
Really?
I've never broke a bone. I'm trying to keep the streak alive.
I'm the world's worst. I break everything. I broke both of my arms. Like, it's crazy.
At the same time,
No, not at the same time, no.
okay, I was like, oh my gosh, there was this one girl in our elementary school. She broke both of her arms on field day, like both of them.
No,
Yeah, it was bad.
could not.
It was
No.
bad.
And what is a funny FFA memory you like to share?
Okay, I'm really glad you asked this question because this is my favorite memory, like, period. And I can't remember if I told you this or not, but my freshman year, my first contest that I ever did was junior parley. And I was feeling brave. I was feeling confident. I was like, you know what? I am going to be the chair. So I got the chair position and then we went into the contest. And prior to this, at the practices, perfect. Opening ceremonies, perfect. Practice, great. No problems. Well, I go in and the way that the room is set up, like the judges are looking at me and I'm looking at them, but like no one else can see the judges except me. So I guess that really flustered me. And I got up there and forgot my opening ceremony part and literally took the gavel and hit myself in the forehead and was like, AnneClaire, like, think, like, what are you supposed to say? What is the next part? And I was talking out loud, and I don't even remember that because I guess I was so stressed. But looking back, it's funny. At the time, it was terrible. Like, you could not get that information out of me. But now that's a fun story that I like to tell. So I guess it's a lesson that once you fail and once you realize, like, oh, it's okay to fail, like, I'll just move on, then everything's a little bit more fun and less serious.
Yes, absolutely. This starts our podcast. Tell me about your FFA beginning. What originally pulled you into FFA?
Okay, so another slightly funny story. I had no interest in FFA at all. We're lucky enough, we have a middle school chapter, so every middle schooler in the county, they're in FFA for a year. We have affiliated membership, and I did not like it at all. I was like, this is boring. I don't care. Like, I want to go do something else. Well, my freshman year, I got to the high school, and we were filling out our classes, and I was like, ooh, maybe I should put ag on my list. Turns out I didn't put ag on my list. Little backstory, my brother in high school was in FFA and he shot trap. And I'm a very competitive person, so I was like, if he can do it, I can do it. So I went to like this trap shoot and Miss Simmons, one of our ag advisors, was there and she was like, oh my gosh, you should join FFA. You can be on the trap team. So about 6 weeks into my freshman year, I joined FFA and that just kickstarted it for me. Junior parley, like I said, was my first contest. But it was with my best friends that a lot of them were already in FFA, so I was like, I might as well try it. And I'm very happy that I did. I'm truly having the time of my life, so I'm glad that happened.
Yes, absolutely. And you're stepping into your senior year of high school.
I am. It's getting serious,
Yes.
but I'm not feeling serious.
You're not feeling serious.
No.
Yes. And like you said before, you're serving as a chapter officer and a region officer.
Correct, yes.
We talked about this at WLC. Mississippi,
We did.
don't have that. So kind of
And I think that's interesting. So you just have chapter and state, right? See, we have chapter and then regional and then state. So our state's divided into 12 regions. So we're the Barren River region, BRR on top, shameless plug. But all of the schools in the region, they send one representative to apply and interview for the regional officer position. So I was lucky enough, I got vice president this year, which I'm not going to lie, I was pretty shocked because going into it, I knew that the competition was fierce. And I wasn't too confident, but it ended up going my way. So I'm very grateful. And I'm really excited for this opportunity just to go around and see all the chapters and what they're doing and meet all the new people. I'm very excited.
Yes. So what do you do as a region officer?
As a regional officer, we're obviously over our regional banquet. So that's when we'll be doing opening ceremonies, giving out the awards. I'm running the program, but during the year, every spring semester, for the past couple years, we've had a leadership conference. And so the regional officers are over planning that. And then we also host the workshops. But this year, we are going to try to get a regional trap shoot tailgate. So in years past, we have had a regional tailgate at WKU, which is one of the colleges in our area. But this year, we're going to try to make it so that we can include even more of our members. And so we're currently in the works of planning that for the fall semester. So we're over the banquet, the award ceremony, and then events that we hold throughout the year.
Okay, that sounds so much fun.
I'm very excited.
Yes. And you say booked and busy with your 3 SAEs.
I do stay pretty busy. So my first SAE that I ever had was a cattle production SAE. And another funny story, my dad was like, "You are not getting a bottle calf. I know you're going to be lazy. You're not going to go out there and do it. I'm going to be the one feeding it." And again, like when someone tells me I can't do something, I'm like, I'm going to prove to you that I can. So my freshman year, my first SAE was bottle calves. So I did that for a little bit. I haven't had any bottle calves recently, but I do still have a couple of calves that obviously are not on the bottle anymore. And then I also have a vegetable production SAE. And so this year, we actually have a farm to school coordinator. So one of our old ag teachers and FFA advisors, Dr. Moore, he moved into the district farm to school coordinator position. And so actually those vegetables that kids are using in their SAEs, or even younger kids that are in elementary school, they get to sell their vegetables directly to the high school. And so that goes through our ag department, through our nutrition services, and then those are used in our cafeterias across the district. And so that's really neat to me to be able to know that like my hard work and a lot of everyone else's hard work in the district, that's going right back to the community and feeding the kids. And I think that's also an awesome opportunity for ag advocacy and education. Teaching those kids where their vegetables and where their food's coming from is really important. And then a new SAE that I just launched is called Beyond the Barn Buckets. And so last year I did, and I know I try to be catchy with the alliteration. I was like, I need to come up with something that's like catchy, but not cringy. So if anyone has any other suggestions, just let me know on that.
It's perfect.
But last year for state convention, I did an agri-science fair project as well as AP research, and that was about female farmer mental health symptoms and the unique challenges that they face within the state of Kentucky. And I realized from that obviously farmer mental health is something that's talked about, but it's not something that's really understood. And so through that, I really realized like this truly is an issue. And so this year, I'm taking that a step further. Also from WLC, we had our Living to Serve plans. And so I'm going to make buckets that farmers have that are full of mental health resources, as well as first aid items. And so they'll be able to have those and put those in Rangers, ATVs, trucks on the farm, whatever the case may be, so that they have those, as well as having a little presentation or just education along with that. I'm not sure specifically what I want to do on the education side yet, but I do have some interest within some other chapters in the state that host like Thank a Farmer breakfasts or farm safety days to go and talk about it there. So I'm really excited for the doors that this is going to open up for me.
Absolutely. I love all 3 of your SAEs.
Thank you.
Yes. That's awesome. Is that your Living to Serve plan that you made at WSC?
Yes, the farm safety. Yeah.
That's so awesome. I love that.
Thank you.
Yes. So Avis, hang on.
No, girl, you're good. Hey, why? Okay, I gotta interrupt real quick. Why are we actually doing kind of good?
Yes, you are.
But also, continue. We're gonna have to start that over. What was the question?
Okay,
I start talking and then I just ramble.
No, it's fine. I did the same thing. Okay, so how has your perspective on agriculture changed since joining FFA?
I'm ready.
Okay. Okay, let's just restart. Okay. This is a 2-part question. So how has your perspective on agriculture changed since joining FFA? And then what is one thing you learned about yourself since joining?
One way that my perspective has changed is I definitely have a better understanding of the ag industry now, but I also have a greater respect for the people in the ag industry, especially farmers. You know, I don't come from a traditional ag background, so we don't have row crops, we don't have a cow-calf operation, but getting to see firsthand those farmers and hear their stories and their experiences, it really has just showed me what all goes into the ag industry. And I think a lot of times farmers, they get a bad rap or there's a false narrative about what they really do. And so being able to see that firsthand, I've definitely learned a lot about that, but also I have a much greater respect for them now prior to joining FFA. And then something that FFA has taught me about myself, probably that I'm a people person. Like, I knew that before joining FFA, but I didn't know that I could go up to somebody and hold a conversation, or go up to somebody and just start talking and not know them. I think that's really important. In the ag industry, it is a lot about what you know, but I would argue it's more about who you know. And making those connections and networking. I know that's something we talk a lot about within FFA and the industry. So I'm just really grateful that FFA has given me those opportunities to practice networking and to meet those people and make those connections.
Absolutely. And that's my favorite part about this organization. It's just like everybody is just, we're like all one big family.
Yeah. People are so nice. I don't think I could count on one of my hands how many people I've ever met that have been like rude in this organization. Like, everyone's just so nice, and everyone is just there for a good time. FFA's fun. So
yes. And talk about meeting new people. We met at WLC.
We did meet at WLC.
So what was that experience like for you personally?
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit nervous going into it. So the Kentucky FFA Foundation, they actually sponsored a bus trip. So I was lucky enough to win the scholarship, so I got to go expense free. So I didn't have to pay for anything, but no one else from my chapter applied and went. And I only knew 2 other people that was going to be on the bus tour. So I'm not going to lie, I was a little bit nervous. I was like, I'm going to be on this bus for 12 hours and I'm going to go to DC, which I'd never been to before, so I didn't know what to expect. But WLC, it is honestly one of my favorite things that I've ever done. I met so many awesome people, made so many connections. Like, I'm doing this podcast with you right now. But it was so cool just to see the city. I'm a little bit of an American history nerd, I'm not going to lie. So just seeing all the monuments, seeing the history, learning all about leadership, it was definitely right up my alley. I really enjoyed it.
Yes. And if you could describe it in one word, what would it be and why?
You're asking the good questions. Yeah. If I could describe it in one word, okay, this is kind of cringy, but this was the whole thing of WLC. I'm going to say Changemaker. I don't know if that makes sense. So let me give a little description. So in WLC, they talked all about being the change in your community that you want to see. So the chant was, to do what we can with what we have where we are. Oh yeah, it's on the t-shirt. So yeah, I was like, I need to wear this shirt so that everyone knows me and Sophie met at WLC, how awesome it was. But I would just say that WLC not only made like a change in my life, like learning all about service and servant leadership, but also I'm going to go home and make that change in my community through my Living to Serve plan. I'm taking that home to my home chapter when we do community service events. And so, like I said, WLC is definitely one of my favorite things I've ever done. It'll be hard to top when it comes to the FFA experience list.
Yes, absolutely. And I came to WLC thinking I was the only one from my state going. And like, I was like super scared, just like how you said. Like,
yeah,
how was the bus ride
it's nerve-wracking.
Yeah. How was the bus ride up there?
This is like, you're going to be like, this is dumb. But that was what I was most nervous for. I was like, I'm going to be on this bus with strangers for 12 hours. It was not bad at all. It was not bad at all. It was actually pretty comfortable. Like, the seats laid back. There was a bathroom. It was really nice. So I enjoyed it. And we stopped along the way. We stopped in Mount Vernon. And so it was enjoyable. It was good.
And what is a fun fact about the state of Kentucky in agriculture or in FFA?
A fun fact. Okay, here's a quick fun fact. Kentucky is the #1 cattle producing state east of the Mississippi River.
Okay.
And Barren County is the #1 county in Kentucky for beef cattle production.
Ooh.
The more you know.
The more you know, yes. And as a senior, you probably heard this a million times already, but what do you think about doing after graduating?
This is the dreaded question because I'm not 100% sure, but I do know I'm going to go to UK. We actually, our Kentucky Farm Bureau, they host a program called EIFL at the University of Kentucky, and EIFL stands for Institute for Future Agricultural Leaders. So I spent a week up at UK going to ag conferences, workshops, touring the university. That was really cool. So that definitely sealed the deal for me about going to UK. I think I'm going to double major in ag econ and public policy. I'm looking at a future, hopefully going to law school, public service type deal, but I'm keeping my options open. I thought about ag ed for a long time, but I also realized that takes a very specific type of person for ag ed. And I think I would enjoy it, but I just don't know if I could see myself doing it, long term as a career. But right now I'm definitely looking at ag econ and public policy.
Yes, I think you would do awesome at that.
Thank you.
Yes.
Well, you're doing ag ed, right?
Yes, I am.
Aren't you?
Yes.
You are? Are you excited?
Yes, I am. Yeah.
I think you would do good.
Really? Well, thank you. Yeah, because I joined FFA and I was like, yeah, I'm going to be a large animal vet.
I used to want to do that too. And then I job shadowed a large animal vet and I was like, this is for the birds. Like, kudos to you if you can do that. Like, I truly do applaud you. And Kentucky actually has like a large animal vet shortage right now. So we're always looking for people, but that could not be me. I liked the idea of it. And then when I got out there and was like pulling coggins on these horses, I was like, no, like this is not for me. I almost got kicked. I was like, I was too scared to do it. I was like, I don't think I can do this.
Yeah. So, what is your why behind choosing economics and policy?
My why, I have always been, again, big in American history, big in politics. Like, I know you're not supposed to be talking about politics at the dinner table, but I love all things about that. And then just the ag industry. Obviously, I've grown to love it so much. Those are like two of my biggest passions put together. And again, I feel like I could talk to a wall. My dad likes to say that I could sell ice to an Eskimo. So I don't know. I just feel like that fits. And that's something I would really enjoy. And I've realized that like when I wanted to be a large animal vet, obviously like it's come out, they don't make as much money in comparison to like small animal vets. But I think I wanted to do that. Part of the reason why was because of the pay. But again, I'm realizing like you can't choose what you want to do based on the pay. You have to choose what you want to do based on what you love. So that's definitely why I'm leaning towards economics and public policy.
Yes. And last but not least, what is one message you want every FFA member to hear?
One message, if I had one piece of advice, I would say to take the opportunities that scare you. That's something that I've had to tell myself over and over. You know, there are going to be a lot of opportunities come your way if you're looking for them, if you're putting yourself out there, but you have to be willing to do the things that make you uncomfortable, and you have to be willing to do the things that scare you a little bit. But when you do those things, those are often what sets you apart from people and what gives you an advantage. And those are often the things that end up having the biggest impact on you, like WLC. So just take every opportunity that comes your way, do it, even if it scares you a little bit.
Yes, I love that. I love it so much. And thank you for coming on to our podcast.
Thank you for having me. I had so much fun.